Here in the UK, we have some of the strictest knife laws around. If you're caught in public carrying a fixed blade knife, or a knife with a blade over 3 inches in length, you could be charged and even face a prison sentence. The laws in this country can make it extremely difficult for people who need to carry a knife in their day-to-day life, people who enjoy hunting, fishing and bushcraft. I present to you a simple solution for those who wish to carry a knife in public without carrying a valid reason. This is the Bernie Garland EDC folder. It's a friction folding knife with stabilised box elder burr scales, an 01 carbon tool steel blade, and of course a Scandinavian grind. So the advantage of this knife is I can use it for bushcraft, and say if I'm walking through the street with this on my belt and I get stopped by the fuzz, I can just tell them, look, this is a sub 3 inch blade and it's got no lock. I don't need reason to carry this, it's perfectly legal. As long as you're not in a school or a courthouse or an embassy, you're absolutely fine carrying one of these. Oh, and of course airports. You wouldn't want to carry one of these in an airport. So the first job for today is we're going to test this knife out carving a tent peg. Okay, so that's the knife just carved a tent peg. Obviously this isn't a fixed blade knife, so I won't be battling with this today or doing any hard use stuff, but for whittling like this, it's perfectly capable, and for something that you can carry around on your day-to-day activities, that's exactly what you want. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my rifle out today, so we won't be able to do any game prep, but what I am going to do is test this knife's ability to do fine carving. So today we're going to carve a spoon. So, this knife, little folder, is capable of carving a spoon like this with ease. The Scandi grind really helps with control. This is something that you will not find in many EDC folders available, especially for production. They're all customised, and I'm very impressed with this. Anyway, compared to, say, your normal EDC knife, for example, I have a Leatherman Juice KF4. This is a great multi-tool, and it's brilliant for carrying around, but the steel is far inferior, the grinds are inferior. For bushcraft in EDC, this is, I think this is ideal. Not the sheath is very nicely made. I really like this snake skin here, it's a really nice touch. adds quite a nice talking point. It looks just, it just looks posh, nice and fancy. Like I said before, the belt loop, sturdy as hell, never going to come out. There's a little wooden insert here, so that this bit doesn't come through the bottom of the sheath, which I think is, a must for friction folders. Now this is my first friction folder. I had a play of a sword peasant once, and they're nice knives for the price, especially they're very good knives. But this, I believe, is better. Firstly, the scales are much nicer, stabilised box elder. This means that they won't swell up water, they're stronger, and they won't shrink or warp. I like the little lanyard hole there. That makes attaching a lanyard, even though I probably wouldn't do that with a folder, a possibility. It's solidly made, very, very crisp, clean lines. Just like on most of Bernie's knives, or all the knives I've had, really, really nice finish. You run your finger over there, and there's nothing digging in, nothing to dig in, or give you blisters. One thing I did have to do when I got this knife was the tip here was quite sharp, so I just filed that off slightly to make it a bit more, a bit easier, a bit safer, so I can't stab myself with this little bit here. I've also found this little thing here is ideal if you want to strike it on a fire steel. So that's got that covered in the bushcraft roll. Moving on to the friction folder design. It's something that takes a lot of getting used to. I've never really, apart from the sword peasant, I've never had that much experience with these. I mean, for a non-locking EDC, I think it's the ideal thing. It's a simplistic design. But when I'm using this, you'll see the blade moves slightly like that in the hand. It doesn't collapse on my fingers, it can't, because my hand's gripping it in. But still, it does move a little bit when in use. Not side to side, it's solid like that, but because of the no lock, it's inevitably going to wiggle a little bit. I think something that Bernie added to the knife actually corrects that. We've got these two brass pins here which hold the knife in place, and these are tightenable, so if the knife moves too much, I can tighten this pin and it'll be a lot stiffer. If I want it to be looser, I can loosen it up, and the knife will just flick out a lot easier. So, if you're into bushcraft, camping, fishing, or just playing as light knives, I'd highly recommend this for an EDC. It's definitely going to be an addition to my belt kit when around the place. It's proven itself to be a capable bushcraft tool. Even despite this little thing here, compared to, say, a Swiss Army knife, or a Leatherman, or even a sword peasant, I found this to be, miles above the rest, due to the grind, the steel, and the general construction and classiness of the knife. It's definitely a winner in my books, highly recommended.